Dr. Guleria, as per the new treatment protocols, now Remdesivir has actually been removed from standard treatment protocol. When should Remdesivir be given, especially given the mad scramble for the injection all over?
I think it's important to understand what is the data as far as Remdesivir is concerned. Initial studies were actually negative studies and did not show that Remdesivir was of any use. As a matter of fact, the first study which came out of China was a negative study. However, subsequent studies did show that Remdesivir given for 5 days did decrease hospital admission by around 4 to 5 days, and therefore you could discharge patients earlier. But there was no decrease in mortality. It did not decrease deaths, and people who took Remdesivir or who did not, the number of people dying was the same. The WHO trial, the Solidarity trial, which looked at Remdesivir, did not really find any benefit of Remdesivir in that large trial. Therefore, Remdesivir has limited use, and that's why it's in the emergency use authorization. It's basically for people who are having severe disease, requiring to be in the hospital, requiring oxygen on the 5th to 7th day with the X-ray or the CT showing patches in the lungs itself. So those people may benefit for Remdesivir for 5 days, and that is when we're giving it. It's not been shown to be of any benefit if it's given earlier in asymptomatic or mild illness. It may have more problems because of its side effects also.
Well, that's important to note. So don't go out and get Remdesivir just in case, because it also has side effects and must be given under medical supervision. When should patients be given steroids?
So again, steroids are something which have really now been shown to be life-saving if they're given at the proper point in time. The recovery trial actually, which was the largest study, showed steroids could save lives and decrease mortality if they were given in those patients who were sick, requiring oxygenation. Those who did not require oxygenation, and when steroids were given in the early stage of the disease, actually did worse. There was a higher morbidity and mortality in the group which received steroids if it was given too early. And I think that has been shown by the H1N1 pandemic also, that if you give steroids too early, it promotes viral replication and the disease may become more severe. Steroids are useful when the viral replication has come down, and in COVID, when you're going towards an inflammatory response or a cytokine storm, where if we give steroids, we can suppress that, and therefore then you will come out of it without much problem. Therefore, the timing of steroids is very important, and it's usually given a few days after, usually between the 5th to 7th day, and when you are deteriorating and your oxygen requirement is going up, or you're needing oxygen.
Right.
In the early stage, again, steroids have no use.
Okay. Doctor, there's a shortage of drugs like FabiFlu and ivermectin that's being reported. How important are these drugs, and are they substitutes for these medications that can be given?
So Favipiravir is the first drug which was mentioned, and the other is, of course, ivermectin. Both are drugs where there is some data which shows that they may help as far as viral replication or viral load is concerned.
Right.
However, a large number of studies have not been able to show they're of much benefit. So there is a lot of debate in the medical community whether they are of any use or not. There is no robust data, but if you look at large, what we call meta-analysis, which an analysis of large number of studies, the data is equivocal. So therefore, in mild illness, we do give ivermectin, we do give FabiFlu, but I don't think we have enough evidence to say that they make a dramatic difference.
Okay.
In the West, in UK, in Europe, or in the US, none of these drugs are given, and patients with just supportive treatment come out of their illness if they have a mild problem without taking either ivermectin or FabiFlu. So I think we need more data before we can say one way or the other.
Right.
But they are very commonly used in our country.
Okay.